Hello, so I'm taking you through a number of questions that are from past WJEC papers and it's for intermediate level. And these are topics that we expect to see in the Unit 2 paper tomorrow on November the 12th, 2025. So I've just done trial and improvement, so you will find that on my YouTube channel. Now, this one is the one which is where we're looking at angles in polygons. So this particular paper has a couple of questions linked to that topic. Remember, this is very much a quick whistle-stop tour, bearing in mind I am, with the day before the exam. But I just thought it'd be a useful way for you to just have a quick reminder of the things that come up on these topics. So this is a calculator paper. So whenever you have to do any calculations, please, 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 underlined a million times, use your calculator, because you want to make sure that you don't drop any marks on avoidable errors. Fair enough if you don't fully understand a topic, and I'd always say do your best and try. But to lose marks when you could have used your calculator to check things, especially so many of you will be resitting this. If it means the difference between you having to sit it again and you are so close, if you don't need to resit it, then make sure you don't drop marks by not using a calculator. Right then, so topic link is angles in polygons. Okay, so there are a couple of rules I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But first of all, I'm just going to answer this particular question. And that is, a regular polygon has 15 sides. Calculate the size of an exterior angle of this regular polygon. Well, again, at this late side of the day, late time of the day, get my words out. Regular polygon, I'm just going to highlight a few bits. Regular means that all sides are the same length. Sides and angles, same length. Okay. And so when you're going through a question and you're thinking, I'm not quite sure what to do, go through this process. I call it like analysing the question. What is in there? What do I know about it? Rather than worrying too much about the combinations of words. That'll come in a minute. Regular polygon, same again. It's got 15 sides. Calculate the size of an exterior angle. This is 2 marks for simply just remembering a rule. Now, I can tell you that if you take 360 degrees and you divide that by the number of sides, you will get the size of an exterior angle in that particular shape, okay? So let's just say we have got a nice little sketch, rough sketch of a hexagon. Your interior angles are those there, okay? So they're the ones inside the sides of your shape. So that's the interior angle. Your exterior angle is if you were to take one of your sides, each of your sides, and just carry it on outside the shape. Okay, so you can do that for all of your sides of your shape. Yeah, so you can just take them out. That's your exterior angle is going to be. I'll just get a different colour. I have plenty of those in my office. That one there. So that's your exterior angle. And then the red one there is your interior angle. And those exterior angles, there's a really nice animation, I think it was on my maths, where if you take all the exterior angles of a shape, pull them together, they will all add up to 360. Okay, so the rule simply is that combines the exterior angle of a polygon, a regular polygon, and that is 360 divided by the number of sides. So all we're going to do is we're going to show the examiner, well, it's 360. For this particular question, the number of sides is 15. So I've taken the general rule, I've put into it the numbers that relate to this particular question, and then I'm going to click on the buttons on the calculator. And good practice is to write down your rule first, then do the calculation. And don't worry too much about trying to do it by hand, because you don't need to. Use the time wisely for on the questions that you've perhaps got to think a little bit more about. So the answer is 24. Now, just a quick reminder, what is the question asking us? It asked us to find the size of an exterior angle. What would the units of that be? It's an angle, so they will be in degrees. Okay. Now, what I am going to do as well, there was another question on this paper that had an angle in a polygon. So I thought I would share that one with you as well. Okay. Now, I've got no idea what exactly is going to come up, but what I will do is just a little bit of a questions that will give you enough of information on that topic in the short space of time I'm doing these for. So what have we got here? So question 1. Right, I have a shape. Just don't know what the name of it is. It's just a standard quadrilateral. It's not a particular type of quadrilateral. It's just 4-sided shape, and it's got angles. Okay, so we have a shape that's got 4 sides and it has angles. What do we know about a 4-sided shape on the angles in that? Right, there is a rule. Now I can tell you that they add to 360 degrees. Okay, so most people will probably remember that one. Angles in a triangle add to 180. So just a little thing here. So if you've got the number of sides, and then you've got the sum of the angles. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick little table for you, just to see a little reminder for you. So number of sides in a shape, 3. Well, that's a triangle. They add up to 180 degrees. Okay. If it's 4 sides, I should have left a bit more space on that side, is 360 degrees. If it's 5 sides, how are we going to do that? You might know the number off the top of your head. I think it's 540. But what I want you to know about is the rule. The reason I'm telling you this is, yes, okay, that doesn't relate to this question. I'm doing this because it's a day before an exam, and I'm trying to give you as much information I can about this topic, because you never know what's going to come up tomorrow, you know, so you want to make sure you're fully prepared. So there is a rule, and that is, it's the number of sides, and I'm just doing it shorthand, number of sides, take away 2, and then you multiply it by 180. We know the angles in a triangle add up to 180. I'm tired, bear with me. So what we're trying to do is count the number of triangles there would be in that shape. So on this one here, if I were to like split this in, put a line down there, how many triangles have I got altogether? I've got that one there, which you probably just about see, and then that one on that side. So that's the rule we use. So we literally take the number of sides, which is 5. So it's 5, take away 2, and then we multiply that answer by 180 degrees. And that gives you, again, the total number, the sum of all the angles in the polygon of that size. And it is, I'm pretty sure it's 540 off the top of my head. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need to remember numbers like that. I just tend to do that. I just tend to, because I've been doing it quite a long time. All right. So anyway, you can do that if you had an 100-side shape. Unlikely that's going to come up on your intermediate level GCSE paper tomorrow. However, you just do 100, take away 2, and multiply by 180. And just a little bit of a little taster, or just a little reminder really, is that these rules do not change even if you had letters here. Okay, you can't take away, you can't necessarily take 2 away from a letter, but you can express how we would do that anyway. I'm not going to worry about that too much, but your rules do not change even if there's letters being thrown in there. Okay, just to remind you about that. Okay, so we've got 4 sides. They add up to 360. So basically, and I'm just going to share this because I don't know, who knows what you're going to be faced with. Okay, I'm just showing you here. We're saying, well, actually, if I were to add all those angles together, I would get 360. All right. Okay, so, well, to find x, well, if I kind of know what these are here, I know that if I then take that away from 360, I'll be left with that angle there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add those up. And the reason I like to show things like this is because for some people, they know fixed rules, and then, excuse me, when things look a bit different, they struggle a little bit, okay? And that happens to a lot of people. So what I try to do is to try and show you as many different ways as I can that will help you regardless of how the question is presented to you. So if I add all those angles up, I get 254 degrees. So I know that 254 degrees plus the angle that I've got makes 360. I want x equals something. So I need to get rid of that 254. How do I get rid of 254? I just simply take it away. And what I tend to do is show little approaches like that so that people see they're not just confined to solving an algebraic equation. So 360, I could do it in my head, but you know what? I don't want to drop marks. So I'm going to make sure I do it in my calculator, because I don't gain marks for doing it in my head, but I can lose them. Okay, I'm just going to just double check I press the right buttons on the calculator by just doing 106. I'm going to add 254 that I already had, and that's 360. So I'm happy that I've done the right answer, done the right thing on there. Right, that's it for now on angles in polygons. On to the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.